your profit and loss as a business owner, right? So let's just hold on while our siblings and our fellow business people join us. So we start in another 5 minutes and then we're good to go. Thank you very much. Okay, I think we have a good number, right now. So rather than just keep us waiting, I hope that we're able to start. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. It's such a pleasure to have you here today, for this powerful session hosted by Lumi Business, managing your profit and loss as a business owner. My name is Jasper Omagbemi. I am the digital marketing specialist for Lumi Business, and I will be your moderator for today's session. Now, whether you run a small team or manage a growing operation, today's conversation is designed to help you take real control of your business finances, understand your numbers, and ultimately grow with clarity. So, we're excited to share practical insights and tools that can help you stop guessing and start making and managing profits the best smart way possible, right? So get comfortable, grab a notepad, and be ready to ask questions. I mean, this is your space, and we are ready to make it as impactful as possible. So be excited, note your questions, and be ready for all that we have to give to you today. So today we have two speakers on our session for today, the person of Mr. Hope Ige and also Mrs. Ukamaka of the Light Accounting Clinic. And we're going to be sharing basically nudges and insights to help you manage your growth, like I said earlier, and help you improve, your profit margin and help you really know whether you are making profits for real, as a business owner. So be sure that you're able to find a quiet place, grab your notepad and your pen, ask the most important question. I mean, no question is irrelevant. We have people in the room who are going to be able to shed more light for you. Right now, if you are already a Lumi Business, user, you know that Lumi Business is that one business that helps you want to make your business run smoothly. We provide you with business management solutions to help you simplify your operations from inventory to accounting to managing your profit and loss, which is why we are gathered here today. So I hope that you're able to get all that you have in mind to get today. And I hope that at the end of this particular webinar, you're going to, grasp insight into all that, you need to take your business to the next level. Now, without any further ado, I'd like to welcome our first speaker for today, the person of Mr. Hope Ige. Mr. Hope Ige is one of us at Lumi Business, and is our, I don't know how to even introduce him, but he's our senior manager, client service and operations. So best believe he's going to help you understand your businesses as he has to with how to manage your client and how to run your operation, just everything that really makes your business run smoothly. So with no further ado, please welcome with me, Mr. Hope Ige. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Thanks a lot, Jasper. Um, it's a pleasure to be here this afternoon and speaking with business leaders and business owners and also financial experts and my colleagues. So I'm going to be running us through the um, application. Um, just a minute while I share my screen. I hope you can all see my screen.
Yes, we can. We can see your screen, sir.
All right, thanks a lot. So I'm going to be starting with slides, understanding your profit mistakes with Lumi Business. In this session, few points we are going to be addressing is identifying why your business isn't showing expected profits, understand how Lumi Business calculates profits, using and maximizing the Lumi tools to improve your financial clarity and decision making. So, first of all, what is Lumi Business? Lumi Business is an ecosystem, right? And all-in-one sales inventory platform, end-to-end business management tool. We have in sales tracking, inventory control. We have the offline and the online version. Um, we have manager expense, accounting and analytics. We also have in payments processing and also customer relation management. Um, so some of the common profit challenges we've noticed so far is sometimes we have missing or incorrect cost prices, untracked expenses, improper stock reconciliation, undervalued pricing and discounts. All these I'm going to be practicalizing for us to better understand all of these common profit challenges businesses have been facing. So now going into the cost price and cost of sale demo. Quickly, I'll run us through the application. So here is an account on the Lumi Business app. I have 46 products. Just on my dashboard, just me looking at my dashboard now, you can actually see my gross profits for this month. I only started selling on the 23rd, right? So if I go to 23rd to 25th, so you can see my gross profits within that period. You can see my gross sales and my average sale per day, right? So just me looking at your dashboard, it gives an insight already on what your business looks like and what your business is doing, right? So let's dive real quick into the management of the inventory. So this is the list of my products in the Lumi Main
Can't
store. I have
see
two
your
stores here.
dashboard.
You said?
Can't see your screen.
You can see my screen. Sorry, can everyone see my screen, please? I'll need everyone to
Yes, we
come
can.
Okay. Now it's now.
and please, you might need to check your network connection and rejoin if you can't see my screen. So just like I was saying, yeah, my product, I have 46 products in this store, right? If I go to my analytics, I can see my inventory net worth and my inventory worth by selling price, my inventory worth by cost price, right? Individually, you can see the breakdown here. You can see my gross profit, you can see my cost of sales, you can see my total revenue just within that period. Just like I mentioned, I only started selling in this account on the 23rd to 25th. So you can filter by date range. So just by seeing this, right? And you can see your best performing product. You can check it by revenue or by sales count. So if I can sort this assembly, you can see this is my best performing product by revenue, right? So you can see it this way. So you can sort it whichever way you want to, right? So not to waste much of our time, I'm going to dive real quick into setting cost price, which has been some major concerns of recent. If you click on edit this product, I'm going to use this product as an example. Let's just check the stock history of this product. Yes, I'm going to take questions. Please, let's just run through the presentation real quick, then we'll take questions. Um, so like I was saying, if you see the history of this particular product now, you are going to see that they were added at different times. Initially, I stocked up at 316 on the 23rd, and the cost price that I stocked up two quantities. The cost price was 337, and the selling price was 500, right? Going by the market of today, we know inflation takes place almost every day, right? And the cost price or the amount you purchase some items in the market are not static. They differ with time. So, like you can see that batches are created, right, per restock and per item sold. So for this particular batch now, you can see it carries its own batch number just right here, and you can see that today around 10:51 a.m. I also restocked another quantity, two quantities of Amatem at a cost price that I purchased it at 400 naira. As a day before yesterday, I purchased this at as a day before yesterday, I purchased it at 337 naira. But today, getting to the market, I purchased it at 400 naira. But just because I still want to retain my selling price is always uniform, but cost price is always per batch, right? Depending on the batch you are restocking. Just like I mentioned, this was restocked on 23rd, and this was on the 25th. So if the system is going to calculate my profit and loss now, for this is going to be higher because this batch now I purchased it at 337. The profit I will make on this batch is going to be higher than what I'll make on this batch, right? And the system is designed in a way that it's first in, first out. Like the first item you restock is what you sell out first before moving to the next batch, right? So if you check here now, you can see that I sold two items. I sold two items on the 25th, right? Which is this. And I sold one. Let me break it down to you. I sold three at the same time. But why Lumi Business is so detailed is because it's going to analyze it for you because I sold three items at the same time. These items that I sold now, you can see sold stock. It had to break down the batches because for this particular batch, I sold three items. But for this particular batch, you can see they carry the same order number. They are on the same order receipts. I sold these three items at the same time, but two had to go first. Two had to go first from this first batch. That's 049B27. So if you are checking this batch number now, you'll see that it correlates with this. And one has to go from this new batch that I restocked just today because they don't carry the same cost price and they are from different batches. So when the system is going to calculate for me now, it's going to calculate based on this cost price, right? Because our cost of sale today is calculated as um, the cost price of the items sold, that's per batch, multiplied by the quantity. That's what gives us the cost of sale today on Lumi Business, right? So that's one common mistake businesses make. So that being said, so some businesses have raised some concerns regarding setting cost price. I set my cost price, this doesn't change. We're addressing that this cost price by next week is going to be blank because it doesn't have any um, effects on what you are selling. What adds effect on what you are selling is the batch, right? And just like I mentioned to you, I told you um, the cost price is per batch, and people is what takes place, like first in, first out. The first restock product is what sell out first. So you can see that this one was restocked on 23rd. The first product that was restocked is always at the bottom. So you can see the selling products just by checking the stock quantity. So if you have like a lot of batches in a particular product, you can see now this is Charlatan in my main store. So if you have a lot of these products, like maybe a lot of batches in this product, if you see any, that means this product, this particular batch has been exhausted. Now this is the correct selling batch. So let's me practicalize this now. I'm going to restock like 5 more products to this Charlatan in this particular store. So this is my main store. Let me restock 5. So let me now see. Now I'm selling at I now went to the market now. Today is 410, right? Today this product now is 410, 410 naira, and I can no longer take it. The impact on my business is high now. I want to sell at 550. The selling price is unified across all batches. Let's take note of that. The only thing that remains static per batch is the cost price, right? So you can see now that 5 products has been added to this particular product. I just need to refresh my screen to make sure everything is unified, right? So you can see now this is my last updated cost price. That's what's going to be showing here. But by next week, we are going to clear this out. It's going to be blank because it has no purpose. It does not impact the selling batch. So if I check here now, this particular one that is left will still sell at 400 because I purchased it at 400, right? This is the cost price. I can edit it. I can edit the cost price here. So if there's any need for you to edit a present selling batch, you need to come under this product batch to edit the cost price. This is the place that you can edit the present selling batch. As long as it's not showing any, the next to any is the present selling batch, right? If you click on this batch now, you can edit the cost price, but I'm not going to edit it so that we are clear on some terms and the conditions to our application. So now I want to go and sell from that particular product from my store. So you can see that the selling price has been updated across all batches. It's 550 now. So let me just sell two items from this particular product now. So if I check out, I'm just going to use transfer for the purpose of this demo. Let me add the customer. So I'm still going to shed more light on our payment integrations. This allows also smoother operations with your business and accurate tracking of all items. We are still going to touch on this, but for the purpose of this demo, I'm just going to click on transfer payments received already, right? That if you are not using our payments. So if I click on this, you can see I've been charged. I don't intend to use I don't intend to print the receipt. So I'm just going to close this. So if I go to my sales transaction, you can see now that 2 items were sold at 550. That's giving me 1-1. But for me to be able to see the details, like at what prices were these 2 items sold? Remember, we only had one product, one quantity left in the existing batch. That's the selling batch. So if I go to stock history now, you can see that the system broke it down into 2 because they sold from different batches, right? At when it carries the same order ID, but this charlatan now, it's sold from the existing selling batch. That's first in, first out. That's the 400 naira. It's sold at a unified selling price, 550. It's sold at 400 naira because when I purchased this particular batch, I purchased it at 400 naira. So it would be wrong for the system to sell it at 410. That means I'm giving you a wrong information of your profit and loss. Because as at when I purchased this particular item, I purchased it at 400 naira, right? And as at selling now, I'm selling it at a unified price at 550. So I'm going to be calculating a normal profit. This will be short of 10 naira because as at when I purchased from this batch, it was 410 that I purchased it. So you can see the breakdown here that for this particular batch of item I sold out, this one that was left sold at 400 naira. If you check the batch number now, you can see that they are different, right? Because this is 28A FA. If you go to you, if you go back to this stock history, if we check this stock history now of the sold item, that charlatan, we can see now that it carries the same order number. You can see now that this is the batch it sold from, and it's picked the next batch because that's the next selling batch again, which I purchased at 410. So that's the breakdown of organizing your subsequent restock and how Lumi Business try to use people to help you organize your profit and loss. If I go now to my reports, I just want to confirm this to you so that you know we're on the same page. Let's now search for this product now in that main store. So if we search for this product now in the Lumi main store, you can see now that there are 3 batches. This one has already been exhausted. Now this is the current selling batch because this is the last one I updated. You know, I updated 5. It's left with 4 now, right? If I update a new batch now, that one will not sell yet because I've not exhausted this batch. Until I exhaust this batch before it can start selling from the new batch. That's how people works with Lumi Business, and that's how to update cost price with Lumi Business, right? So if I come to my reports here now and I view my profit and loss, it's going to be giving me accurate data based on the cost price I purchased those items and the present selling price, or the price I sold those items as at when I sold it. The ones I sold at 500 will be calculated as 500. The one I sold at 550 will be calculated as 550. And that's why my gross profit now is showing this, is giving me this now as of today, based on 1st of July to 25th of July. Remember, I told you I started selling from the 23rd. You can drop your questions in the comment section. We are going to be taking it one after the other. Or once we are through, we can request um, participants to ask their questions. So if you check from 1st of July now to 25th of July now, you can see now that my gross profit is showing this, right? Um, if returns have happened within that period, it's going to be deducted, right, from your gross sales to be able to get your net sales, right? I'm going to touch on that as well. Another thing that businesses um, do not take note of is expenses, right? That's some of the things that really affect, that really drain your business and you are not aware of. Expenses. And with Lumi Business, we've simplified it enough whereby just by taking accurate records of whatever is going on in your business, every expense carried out, as long as it's recorded, we are going to deduct it from your gross profit because everything is still coming from all operations, all expenses is coming from what you are making. So let's take, for example, now I'm under expenses now. Um, I purchased nylon for dispensation of drugs or items. Now, this was purchased on the 23rd of July. And let's assume this nylon has been exhausted. I need to purchase more nylons, or for one reason or the other, the rider needs to go and deliver a particular package I didn't collect delivery for, right? So let's assume now I want to carry out an expense in that main store. Uh, Delivery, and it cost me, let me just use 200 naira today. transportation. I'm taking cash. So this reimburse or disburse, I guess majority of our customers know how this works, but let me just touch on it. If you are integrated with our payments, another way we've simplified operations of business and made it easier for businesses is just your staffs now, if they have to carry out an expense that probably they don't have the funds with them, or they are short of cash and you need to make a transfer, you can disburse that funds immediately. Once they request for it, they just click on yes, and once they click on next, it will take them to where they will input their account number, or whoever is collecting whoever they are trying to purchase the item from. It will take them here where they can put the account details and it will be scheduled for your approval, right? But in this case, I don't have an account with Lumi yet, so this can't work. This disburse or reimburse of funds can't work. So I'll just click on no and submit. The system will still take note of it. It has still been scheduled for my approval. It's still subject to review. It's just a scheduled expense. So now the business owner, wherever he is, if he reviews this, let's assume he clicked on disbursement of funds, right? Wherever the business owner is, he can actually disburse these funds. That's if the um, applicants for this expense has imputed account number and the business also has a payment account or payment wallet with us. They can actually, once they approve or disburse the funds will go automatically. You don't need to stress yourself on going to transfer manually anymore. The person scheduling the expense would have inputted the account details that will receive the funds. Once you just send it, just share the receipts with the staff or whoever is carrying out the expense, and they are going to see it, right? Let me just review. I want to approve this expense on transportation. Remember now that this particular expense was carried out on the 23rd and this on the 25th. So now this has been approved. If I come to my reports here and I view my if I come to my reports here and I view my reports for 23rd to 25th, you will see my expenses has increased. On the 23rd, I carried out this expense of 150, and today now I carried out 200 naira on transportation. It has reduced my gross profit. Now this is my net earnings. This is what's going to my pocket, right? So let's now assume now I now carried out another expense of um, let me say on salaries today. That amounts to like 1 2. So let's assume I did this via transfer from my personal account. So I submit this for review. So once I approve this, if I now come now to my reports and I'm viewing my report for July, I'll be in negative. Why? Because the cost of running the business now is higher than the profit I'm making. So this our report now gives you insight into challenges your business is facing. Now, for this month, I've only made 1,366 naira, and I've incurred an expense of 1,550. My net earning now is now 184 naira, and I've not yet paid tax. So that means this business now, I'm just running it at a loss. On the 25th, let's assume this is all I've sold for the month, and I've carried out an expense of this, right? So that means I'm short of 184 naira, and this is a challenge to my business now. So this now gives me insight into decisions I have to make. Now, is it that I have to cut salary costs? Is it that I have to reduce my staffs? Is it that the operations cost is higher than what I'm making? Is it that transportation, probably I need to scrap this, because at the end of the day, that means you are making nothing, right, from what you are earning. So those are some of the challenges businesses face, and these and this is some of the insights we are providing to businesses to really understand the kind of business you are running, right? Take insights from all the reports we are giving to businesses, to you as individuals, right? Check out if you are making profit or loss, because from what I can see now from this business now, I'm running at loss because the expenses have incurred so far now, just within these 2 days now, 23rd to 25th now, is at loss. So now I can easily now make business decisions that would now generate profit for my business just by looking at this. That means I need to cut some expenses out from my it's either salary or transportation or operations, right? So yeah, that's on the cost of sales, and how Lumi Business calculates their profit and loss. Um, Another thing that impacts daily profit and loss that we might not really take note of is returns, right? I'm going to sell some other items too now, so that we are clear on some issues. So let me take a product, or let me take a provision product, for example. So let me just use this Amstel can. I want to sell from this Amstel can now. So let's assume now another thing that affects our sale, our gross sale, is returns. So let's assume I'm selling this Amstel can and I'm selling two of it. So let me add customer. So let's assume I paid their cash. So this sale is closed. And for whatever reason, the customer comes back and insists on returning one of the products. Like, this is the product I sold. So it's telling me now that the product I sold to him was, maybe one of them was damaged or was leaking already, and he needs to return it. So let's say now I want to return this product, right? So you have to have the order ID. Sorry. So for you to be able to return a product, you have to have this order ID. So if you click on return now, the main store. So if I search for that order ID, you can see now that this is the particular product. So he bought two Amstel cans. Definitely, he might not be able to return both. So I check this box. I select one, wants to return one of it. How do I intend to repay him back? Let's say I'm giving him cash back since they paid their cash. So the return date is today. At what time? It happened this exact same time. I'm returning it now. So once I confirm this, the return has been made. So you can see 500 naira has been returned to that customer, right? So we can see the return details there. If I go to my report for today, you will notice that return will impact it because that particular product has been returned by the customer. So you can see returns of 500 naira, right? So my net sales, instead of having 36, normally my gross sales before was 36. Returns of 500 naira was done. Now my net sale is 31, right? And my cost of sale is this. So now it has reduced my gross profit for today. And today alone, I've carried out an expense of 1.4. So now I'm in shortage for today, right? So probably peradventure tomorrow you might be able to balance this net earnings if probably you don't incur any expense tomorrow, right? But for today now, I'm in shortage because I had to process an expense worth of 1.4, and also I had to return a product of 500 naira. So yeah, so those are some of the impacts on profit and loss that customers have challenges with and which they have to take note of, right? Um, yeah, so I would invite my colleague in to walk us through another smooth experience we would have using Lumi Business and adopting our payments, right? At the checkout flow, we have some integrations that have been made with some of our partners. As of today, we have our checkout flow integrated with InterSwitch, and we also have with Raven Bank, and that's the Lumi Business payment, right? We are going to practicalize the Lumi Business payments, whereby easily you can track um, your sale on the receipts, you are sharing with the customers. Like the payment receipt is there and the inventory receipt is there, right on just one receipt. Like you don't need to go to another application. You don't need to visit another POS terminal to check, okay, let me verify this payment, because we've also had instances whereby some businesses have reached out to us stating that their staffs come with their own personal POS. At the end of the day, they are using their personal POS to take payments, and on Lumi is showing they have transfers of this amount, and on their own payment or their own payments processor, they are seeing a different amount. Lumi Business has been simplified enough and has a smooth to help tidy all of these loopholes, right? Whereby just by integrating with our payments, your checkout flow is already integrated with the payments. Like each sales is tied to an order, to a transaction ID of the bank payment. So when there's no transaction ID for that payment, you can easily identify that, okay, fine, there's something wrong. Is that they didn't get this transfer from through the normal payments processing um, integration, or they are trying to manipulate the business or the system to receive payment by another means. So, Kelechi, are you there? I just want you to present how Raven Bank works, Lumi Business payment with the checkout flow. Kelechi.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Lumi Business webinar from my end. And bank, sorry about that. So for the Raven Bank, let me share my screen. Please, I hope everyone can see my screen.
Yeah, we can, Kelechi.
Okay, so you go to Lumi, just like the normal way you've been using the platform, the software to do your sales. So the only difference now is when you now sell, right? Like when you log in the usual way, come to your inventory, then you come to your sell mode. But first of all, you have to get the Ravenbox payments mode activated from your store creation settings. Sorry. So you get it activated here in the settings. So you can see Raven Bank. You can see where you activate, and then ensure that you enable Raven Bank in sell mode as card payment. So you just have to click yes, and then you update your store accordingly. So let's go back to our sell mode. So we come to sell mode, and then as usual, like every other activities you do around your sell mode, then you select the store where you want to actually sell from, right? And mind you, the Raven box would also have to pair with your Bluetooth. So that's how it would actually work. So you just pick, let me just pick one of the items here. So you just pick the item that you want to sell. So once you click, it adds to your carts. Then once you now click on checkout one item, then you select your card. Then you click on charge. So this is just like the same process. The only difference now is your Raven is already activated. Then it will not ask you to collect payment. So select a terminal to collect card payment. So you can see the use of Raven. So it's saying process the payment through Raven. It is connected to your checkout and automatically reconciles payments with your sales. And then card payment already collected. So this is in the case where you may have already used another terminal or platform to collect your card payment. So with Raven, you just click on this and then connect via Bluetooth so you can see paired. So you pair. So now that it has paired, all you now need to do is you now insert automatically the terminal. This is exactly how the terminal looks like in real life. So now that it has shown like this, it will prompt the terminal that you have physically with you. Then you insert your card. So hence you've inserted your card. It will now ask you for your PIN. So once you click and enter your PIN and OK, you heard the sound processing transaction. So transaction processed. So automatically our transaction has been processed. You can see completed, you can see card, payment status paid, you can see card, you can see completed, and then the receipt is automatically generated. So you can now go ahead to generate your receipt. So this is your receipt. So you can see your ordered items, you can see payment mode, you can see customer name, cashier name, you can see your transaction ID, your reference number, merchant ID, terminal ID, and then the card actually used to make the payment as well. So yeah, that's all about the
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, thanks,
payment.
Kelechi. So just to shed more light now. So you can see now in this case, the particular transaction now is linked to the inventory sales. You can see the item the customer bought. He bought a jam donut at 50 naira. You can see the reference number just in case there's any query on this particular transaction. is already automatically linked to a sale, right? There's no need going to a different payment processor, linking it with a different order, or them telling you this particular 15 naira was meant for another item. So in these receipts now, you can see that the transaction ID is there, the reference number is there. This reference number is the payment reference number. So there's no way if you go under Kelechi, can you go to the payment side? Go to the payments mode, please. And if you want to confirm that payment, just go to the Lumi Business app. Yeah. The first tab. Can you open the
The
first
first
tab?
what?
The first tab. Yeah. So just go to payments. So for you to also be able to confirm that payment, click on transactions. Please click on transactions. So you can see, please go to the sub account later for. I'm not sure this terminal was properly linked. You should bring out the sub. Okay, you don't. I'm not sure you have access to the sub account. Please just a minute.
Good afternoon, Hope. Please, while we wait, can we just take some questions from JT? Hello, JT, your hand is up. Please, can you go ahead?
Can I speak if Mr. JT or Mrs. JT is not talking?
Yes,
Please,
go ahead.
Oluwabori.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah. Good afternoon, the presenter and everyone. Actually, this issue of payment with card and whatever, I don't quite understand what he was trying to show us here. Is it, if my understanding is correct, is it saying that somebody want to pay through POS? Is it that you are giving us a POS, or our POS we are using currently, the POS that belong to one bank or the other? Is it saying that we generate from here? I could see, I've forgotten the name of the bank now that he call it Raven Bank. Raven Bank. Is it using that Raven Bank to represent my bank, that we want to pay the customer want to use his own ATM card to pay into? Then after through this process, that I will now ask him to put his card inside my POS machine. I just want to understand the integration.
Okay.
I didn't quite get it. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Olufemi. So we have a payment solution today called Raven. It's different from what you currently use. I'm not sure what bank you use, but it's different. So today, one of the challenges business owners face is you see staff giving customers their own account number, transfer to my own account, or we hear stories of some staff even bringing their own POS terminal to the office. And to combat that, we've set up what we call Lumi Pay with the Raven device. So it's going to be different from your own terminal. If you want to use this payment solution, it means you have to get the Raven device from us, and then would link it to your system. So that means once you activate it, no salesperson would be able to sell out or approve a sales transaction or basically print a receipt if they do not use your own approved terminal, which is going to be the Raven device in this case. I don't know if that's clearer.
Yeah, sorry, guys.
I understand.
I'm really sorry.
So there is a device you are giving to us, payment system
Yes,
that
sir.
is going to replace my accountant or my salesperson collecting to their own personal account,
Yes, sir.
uh,
Exactly.
or they now transfer at the end of the day to the company's account. So in this case now, this is your Raven Bank payment system or whatever name. We're just going to be the collection center, so that, or it's going to be a collection center. Then at the end of the day, we now come and connect to my own bank, or is it that once they are paying through this your bank, it's going directly into my own bank account? I need to
No,
know.
process is at the end of each day, sir. What happened is that we can settle you automatically. That's another good thing about Lumi Business. You don't even need to interfere, or your staff do not need to interfere with whatever processes that has been laid in place. It's automated. So at the end of each at the end of each business day, each working hours, because our processing starts by our settlement starts by 11:30 and ends by 1:30. Why we have that is because we run settlements like 3 times at the middle of the night. We run it at 11:30, 12:30, and 1:30 because of our nightlife businesses. Some businesses run their businesses as far as 12, 1, or thereabouts. So we try to process transactions up until 1:30. So once you've closed for the business day, at 11:30, latest by 1:30, you are going to get your settlement for that day. All the transactions that we process through Lumi Business, you are going to get it directly into your account that you've provided for settlement, right? So, and also at 12 a.m., we send you your end of day reports, right? Your end of day reports that we process throughout that day. So you can easily correlate, okay, fine. For that day, I was able to sell what I'm seeing on my end of day for today is for transfers, I'm seeing for transfers and card, as long as you are using us basically for your as your payment processors. For transfers, you are seeing 5,000. For card, you are seeing 5,000. That means for that day, we are going to settle you 10,000. But we are not going to settle you exactly 10,000 because of our processing fee. But at least it can be less than 9,000, nine something or thereabouts, something like that, that figure. So, but the little differences you are going to notice are just going to be charges. But when you are seeing a significant difference of, like, let's say 5,000 naira difference, then it's cause for concern. Then you can reach out to us. Okay, why is this? Why is that? Then we can investigate for that. But for uncertainties, like your salesperson does not need to do the transfer. They don't need to transfer from the PS terminal. They don't have access to do that. They don't have access to do any transfer or run any transfer on the system. Everything is automated on the system. As long as you provided us with your settlement account by 11:30 to 1:30 midnight, you are going to get your funds processed to your supplied account. The only thing that will be deducted is going to be our normal regular charges, transfer charges, or your payments, or the processing fee, and that's all. And our processing fee is very attractive, right? So it's highly attractive.
Okay.
Okay,
Sister,
please. Sorry.
okay.
The,
Can you still hear me?
I can hear you.
1 minute, Kelechi, refresh your page, please.
All right. I
Kelechi,
think we
I
lost.
just don't have a system. You said?
Okay. Are you done, Mr.
Hello?
Hope?
Yes, I'm done, please.
Okay. Thank you very
And
much.
click on
Thank you
transactions.
so much.
Yeah, sorry, 1 minute.
Okay.
I'm very just 2 seconds. If you click on transactions now, so that's the go to Bambox, click on Bambox. Kelechi. So that's the 15 naira that was that's the 15 naira for that particular transaction he carried out. So why he was not seeing it was because he didn't have access to that account. You have to give him access to that account to view transactions. So if your staffs are unsure of the transaction settling in, they can just come under transactions, go to Bambox terminal. They are going to see the transactions that process their card, and via transfers. We also have, and it's very smooth and fast, like very, very fast. I can assure you of that.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
go ahead,
right.
ma'am.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hope. I mean, thank you for that clarity on how our Lumi Pay works. So we're going to come back to all the other questions, right? Just keep your questions, write them down somewhere, or you can jot them in the chat. I would like to bring up our, second speaker for today. The person of Mrs. Ukamaka. I mean, she is the CEO and director at Delight Accounting Clinic. She's going to be the one to actually teach us how we are able to really monitor our profits, within our business ecosystem with all the sales we are making. Are we actually making profit or no? I mean, most of us turn out sales every day, day in, day out, week in, week out. But the question is, with all the sales we are actually making, are we actually making profit? So please join me as I welcome Mrs. Ukamaka Amaizo to the mic. Thank you very much. Mrs. Ukamaka, you have the floor now.
Yeah, hello, good afternoon, everybody. Can you all hear me?
Yes, we can
Yes, we
hear
Can
you.
can.
you?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so let me see if I can show you my face a bit. We can, if I can call it off. Okay. Can you see me?
We can't see you yet, ma.
Okay, so let me start. I put on the camera. I don't know. All right,
Okay,
so
okay. Uh,
yeah,
all right.
okay. All right, so thank you, everybody. I'm so happy to be here to speak with us. So today we are going to be discussing managing our business profit. How do you manage it? Like, how do you grow it? To me, I'm after how do you grow your profit and have a healthy cash flow. Okay, so this is going to be interaction. If you have questions as I'm speaking, you can write it down. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. As we start, I will be sharing my screen now. Okay, so a little introduction before I start. Okay, sorry. It's me. I'll be sharing my screen. Can you see my screen now? Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see your
Yes, we
screen.
can.
Okay, so let me present it. We are here to learn how do we increase our profits. What should we do? Okay, so first of all, just like uh, Shell said, my name is Okamakamis. I am Miss Okamakamis. I'm a chartered accountant. I've had an exciting 11-year career in accounting. I'm an inventory and finance fixer, a costing and pricing expert, and I've been able to train over 2,000 small business owners within Nigeria and beyond. And I've been able to help business owners set up their accounting software. The founder of the Light Accounting Clinic. I'm a digital and brilliant accountant. So, and I'm happy to be here because I believe everyone here is here to learn how to digitalize their records, which is very important. Okay, so I help businesses to deploy accounting software, and part of the software also is Lumi, which is very wonderful. I'm a public speaker, I'm a teacher, and I teach in a very simplified manner. And you're going to confirm that I'm the former district accountant of Enugu Electricity Distribution Company. So that was my last place of work before becoming a full-time accountant entrepreneur. Are we still together? Hello?
Yes, we are together.
Okay, so this is what we shall be discussing. understanding your profit and loss account, factors that affect your profit, and how do you improve your profit. Okay, so what exactly is your profit? It's simple. Whatever that is remaining, when you remove your expenses, your cost from your revenue, that is profit. So if the difference between your revenue and your cost is a positive difference, it then means it's profit. But when it's a negative difference, it's loss. You know, we all talk about profits. As an accountant, I've worked with businesses to see that business owners incur losses. Okay, so profit is what is remaining when cost is removed from revenue. All right. But if nothing is remaining, like cost is higher than revenue, that is loss. Okay. And if revenue and loss are the same, that is break-even point. Sorry, supposed to, it means that the business is breaking even, like they are not losing money, but they're not making profits. That is not a point to stay for a long time. But as most startups are mostly there. And as a business owner, you should also know your break-even point. Okay, so the profit and loss report is just a report that shows a summary of your business, your revenue, your cost, your expenses, your profit or loss, right? The report shows your performance. How are you performing? It gives a view of how you are generating income to cover the expenses of the business. All right. Now, there are key players in the profit and loss account. There are key players. Sorry, this is just introduction. This is not an accounting session, right? So we're getting somewhere. There are key players. Number one is revenue. That is your sales. And when we talk about revenue, we mean your cash and credit sales. There's one mistake I usually see a lot from business owners. So assuming you're a distributor and you supply, let's say, a rice distributor, and a customer, bought, let's say, 100 bags of rice, probably did not pay any amount. Most business owners don't record that as their income unless when they receive money. No, it's wrong. Once you sell something, once you have accepted to deliver your goods to a customer, whether the customer has paid or not, that is your revenue. So in your profit and loss account, the first thing you see is your total income, your total revenue. Then we have what we call the cost of goods sold. If you offer service, you can say what it takes you to offer the service, right? Now, assuming to generate your revenue, you sold, let's say, 100 pieces of your products. The cost of goods sold is the cost of that 100 pieces, okay? So your expenses are other cost of the business, electricity, data, and others. So these are the three major players for a small business owner. Yes, when we go into deep accounting, we can talk of all this income from, non-operational, operating, whatever, and all that. But for the basic, business accounting, these are the three major things you will see from the profits of a business. Okay, now, so one thing I also want us to know is when we talk about expenses, we are not saying the items you purchase for sale. I see that a lot. Once a business tells you, oh, my expense report, when you go there, you see raw materials purchased, goods purchased. No, that is not your expenses, right? Your expenses is other money you spend on the business except the materials you use for your production or the goods you are selling. So how do you calculate your profit? It's just revenue minus cost of goods sold minus your expenses, right? So let's go, and I just want to show you a sample of something before we quit. This is just introduction before we move straight into how do you grow your profit. Okay, so I just prepared something using my Google Sheet so that I can explain more. This explanation is become necessary because I was working with a business. Sorry, I opened the wrong one. I was working with a business, and I found out that this business, they don't know. Most businesses don't even know how to calculate their profit. Yes, in as much as the fact that we now have a software that helps us, but when you don't understand the components of your profit and loss, you wouldn't even know whether the profit is okay or it's not okay. I don't know if actually know if I'm making sense. When you don't understand the component, there's no how you will know if that profit is good or if the profit is not good. So when you said revenue, I have already explained it. It is your income. Don't worry, just give me a few minutes. Let me open this. Sorry, I opened the wrong one. Good. All right. Now, another thing you understand, because so that I can explain all of them, is that your profit is not your cash flow. You're going to get it clearly now. Hi, sorry for that delay. I don't know, I opened the wrong template. Yep. So this is what I want to show us. Yes. So this is just a small sketch of what profit and loss account is. So in your profit and loss account, the first thing you see there is total income for the period. Now, and profit and loss account is usually prepared over a certain period. Okay, so you can do it monthly. Then at the end of the year, you have for the year. But the first thing we are going to see on your profit and loss account is how much you made during the period from selling your product or services. What is that core thing that you are selling? Okay, so let's say you run a pharmaceutical company. Okay, so all the products you sold, the income you raised, even if you sold some on credit, both cash and when I mean cash, I mean money. I don't mean physical cash. I mean money. So both the one you have received payment for and the one you have not received, all of them will be seen on your profit and loss account. Then the next thing is your cost of goods sold. So this income, this your revenue. What did you sell to make the revenue? The cost of that thing. So let's assume, like I said before, you sold 100 units of your product. The cost of the 100 units is what we have here. Then once you see it, the first profit you will get is called gross profit. Unfortunately, this is what many business owners think is their profit. And we are getting to that because we're also going to cover pricing. I hope you are very much prepared today. Okay, so many business owners, this is what they think is their profit. So the first profit is called, your gross profit, which is your income minus your cost of goods sold. This is first profit before deducting your expenses. So please, again, this cost of goods sold is where many business owners have issues, especially those that are not using software. And I heard when he did a good explanation. When you sell, your cost to be calculated. Okay, so many business owners, what you do is, if you want to calculate your profit, you will get your total sale and remove the goods you purchased that period. I don't know. I wish somebody can call. I don't know. Is anybody here that this is what you think is your profit? The goods, your sales minus not the goods you purchased and not the one you sold. I don't know if somebody is hearing me. Somebody from the floor, are you getting confused? Do you think your profit is your gross profit or your profit is how much you made minus the goods you purchased and not the one you sold? Do you know why I'm asking you this? I had a session with someone who told me that she's having difficulty calculating her profit. Why? That some months she will restock. Some months, so that month she will restock. She will calculate her profit by removing amount of goods purchased from the sales. Then the month she did not restock, which means she sold her old stock. She doesn't know what to now use and calculate her profit. Do you think, I don't know if anybody is here, please, I want everybody to leave here as a mini accountant, because this is your figure, this is your numbers we are talking about. So is anybody here that doesn't even know how to calculate, that this is how to calculate profit? Just 1 minute, let me wait, please. And if you want me to continue, someone should say continue. Let me be sure, yeah, because I'm not seeing you. Let me be sure you're hearing me. Hi, are we still
You
together?
can continue.
All right. Okay, so all right. So once you get your gross profit, the next is now your expenses. So here we now talk about if you are to in detailing it, you have something like administrative expenses, sales and marketing, operations, the business. Okay, so every other expenses that you incur in the business. So please, what I'm trying to say is this: in case maybe I know all of you will get this software, but for understanding, when you see that cost of goods sold, know that it is the cost of the items that was sold to get that revenue. And if you offer services, if you're a consultant, and the only thing that should be in your there are some service providers that don't have cost of goods sold. Okay, so for instance, if you're a trainer, I don't know, we don't really most of your this will be expenses because yes, you don't really have it if you're a trainer. Okay, except for instance, as an accountant, the software I purchased is the cost of for me to offer the services of deploying the software and I pay for the subscription, that software becomes the cost of service. So I don't know if there's a service-based business owner here that is confused about the cost of goods sold, but I want to carry everybody along. So when I'm going back to my slide, if you're a service-based business owner and you're confused in any element of your profit, please tell me this is your number and I would like you to go here with a clear understanding of your number and how to track your number. Okay, so when I'm going, if nobody says anything, then I will continue. Are we all physical products? Okay. Now, another thing I would like you to understand is that your profit is not your cash flow. Now, I don't know if have you ever won, maybe even most accountants even ask this question, that you will check your software and your software is telling you that you have a profit of let's say 3 million, but the business is broke. And you'll be like, where is this profit? I've heard someone say it. This profit is only on the book, so I'm not seeing this profit. I'm still broke, but he's saying I have profit. I would like this class to be very interactive. Has anybody ever experienced that? That you see you're making profit, but at the end of the day, you are broke. Like you're wondering, you're saying I made a profit of this. Where is the money? Has anybody ever had such experience? Okay,
Very well.
so okay, yes, yes,
Yes, very
yes.
well.
So today I want you to know why you are having that experience. Your profit and loss account is not your cash flow account. And that is why as business owners, I always tell business owners, don't always don't always focus on your profit and loss account. Yes, don't always focus on it. Make sure you also track your cash flow. It is your cash flow. You remember when they say cash is king, when they say cash is king, it's not cash is king, it's not like physical cash is king. Oh. Cash is king means money you have. That is what is king. The money you have is what is king. Okay, there was something there's this statement in financial management. There is this statement in financial management that says that revenue is what? I've forgotten what it is. Then profit is illusion. Then cash is the actual thing. Profit is illusion. Do you know why? Now let me tell you why your books is saying you have profit, but money no day. Let's begin from beginning. The first thing on your profit is your money, the income from the business. So assuming, let me start with a business that sells on credit. So imagine that in this particular period, the fiscal money, like the money the customers paid you, whether it's cash or transfer, let's assume it's 3 million. Okay, let's assume it's 3 million. which means customers are owing you 2 million. Inside this income, that 2 million is inside here as your income. That is number one. So I'm giving you different reasons why it happens. Okay, then the cost of goods sold, cool. Gross profit, which means this final profit. Now imagine that a customer is owing you 2 million and you are saying you have a profit of 2,050,000, which means this is not even like you are not, this profit is in the hands of your customers. That is number one reason why you may be having profits but money no day. Second reason is this. If you check this thing now, assuming in that period, let's say in this period you purchased goods worth of 20, let's say goods worth of 10 million. That's it. Then let's assume that this is your June report. And in the month of June, you purchase goods worth 10 million. Okay, you purchase goods worth 10 million. And let's say you changed your generator and you spent 800K. You spent 800K on your generator and you spent, okay, let's just say something like this now. Are you seeing these two transactions here? No. The profit and loss account is only showing you activities surrounding the income of that period. So imagine that, which means out of the 10 million goods you purchased, is only 2.2 we are accounting for here. Why the actual money that left your business to buy goods that period is 10 million. But what we are accounting for is 2.2. Why? Because it is only the cost of the goods we sold that we should account for in our profit and loss account. Then our expenses. So profit and loss account does not show the actual cash flow. It's only showing you that, yes, you are generating income. Like it, I don't know how to make it look like. It's only tracking activities surrounding your operations, like the money you make and what you have and how and what you did with the money. Something like not even all. So you made a total sale of 5 million. The next thing it will ask you is, okay, what did you sell to make the 5 million? I sold goods worth 2.2 million. Okay, did you do any expenses? 750,000. The reason why the generator 800K will not be here is because of what we call depreciation. So in profit and loss account, you'll be seeing stuff like amortization, depreciation. There are some non-cash items that we won't be here. We are not doing accounts in Joe. I just want to explain some things. So your profit and loss account, it shows the performance of a business. For instance, in my former company, if you have people that work in electricity companies like Abuja Disco, Ikeja Disco, Eko Disco, postpaid customers, the income, for instance, that you see that bill they are giving you. Well, if they give you July bill, that July bill is income of June, because that July bill, okay, sorry, like when they are giving you the bill they are printing has already been treated as income merge. That cash you are paying is not their income, it's cash. I don't want to confuse you. So what I'm trying to let you know is that profit and loss account does not really show the true flow of cash in your business. It only considers the goods you sold, what you sold to make it, and other expenses. Fixed asset is not included. The entire item purchased is not included. So assuming you purchase goods worth 15 million this month, but you did not even sell anything. Cost of goods sold, like if you purchase goods, let's say 50 million, and what you sold was last month goods of 1 million, it's only 1 million that will be here. That is why your cash flow is not important. So cash flow tracks the actual cash movement of a business. The actual cash movement. Is your cash flow, is the difference between your profit and loss account is the profit and loss account shows you the performance of the business. Cash flow tracks the actual cash movement, the actual money that came in. So if out of 5 million, what was the money you actually received from customer is 3 million, what will be here in your cash flow with 3 million. So cash flow tracks every pin, once it's money that came in that left the business within that period. Cash flow will track it. For instance, so this business received, look at 5 million. Okay, let's assume it's all pay, more cash. Then people paying them paid 500,000. You will never see it. These people paying them is not in the profit and loss. Okay? Now, on the outflow, they paid their suppliers 3 million. Okay. Then look at their expenses. Okay, assuming they're owing some people here. So you see that in cash flow, you look at, you see loan. Now, let me tell you why. That is why somebody can even have a positive cash flow, but running at a loss. I had a one-on-one session with a manufacturer. So I was reviewing their financial report. This business was consistently running at a loss. Like they were already making losses, like maybe 1, 2, 3 months loss. Their total revenue was around 27 million, but their final profit was around 500 something thousand. Like you can see the difference. So I was like, Madam, how are you succeeding in this business? I now found out that the business got loan that period. So which means the business was just financed, they were financing the operations of the business using that loan. So that was why their cash flow was still kind of positive, but their profit and loss was zero. I hope nobody is confused. Please, for those who said yes, is it clear now? So that I can move into another. Is it clear now why? This is why your bank statement will never be the same with your profit and loss account, because your bank statement shows the actual money movement. But your profit and loss account is that's why they say it's an illusion. It will show you that yes, you are doing well, but it is not a guarantee. You cannot make some financial decisions with your profit and there are some decisions you can't make with your profit and loss. Okay, so your profit and loss will tell you that yes, your price is okay, you are doing well, but your cash flow, if you want to do any investment, you want to buy something, it is your cash flow that will give you the morale to buy it. And that is why if you want, as a business that you are thinking of getting funding, profit and loss is not the only report you should have. You have your profit and loss, you have cash flow, you have your balance sheet. So the balance sheet is like, I will call it their grandfather. It has everything. In the balance sheet, you will see the business profit, you will see their cash balance, you will see their assets, if they have lands, if they have other fixed assets, you will see it. Okay, and all other ones. Please, brethren, is anybody confused? Am I speaking too much of accounting language? Please, are you not clear why your profit, why you may have profit on books, but zero balance? Those that said yes, Jonathan, please, I want to be sure you are clear now.
Clearly understood. Clearly understood.
Thank you so much. Now, let's look at the factors that affect your profit. Please, I would like someone to be very attentive. If you don't fix these things, you're just wasting your time. These things will affect your profit and they also affect your cash flow. Number one is when you are not selling enough. Yes. If you are not selling enough, you will not make good profit. Okay? So let me give you an example. So, and again, how will you even find that you are not selling enough? Okay, so when you calculate your profit, okay, let me go back to that. So assuming that this month, your total sales this month was, let's say is 3 million naira. Your total sales, 3 million naira. And let's also say that your cost of goods sold is 2 million. Let's say you sold goods worth 2 million to make this. Okay, and let's say your expenses now is or let's say 1.2 million. Okay, let's say this is 1.7. Please, I'm driving at something, and now let's say this is 1.5. Now, assuming upon seeing your profit and loss, this is what you are saying, that we are running at a loss, so this will signal something to you, something is wrong. It could be your revenue, it could be anything. So how will you then know that your revenue is the issue? How you will know is that you have to review your costs. You have to calculate your direct costs. You have to calculate the cost of, like, do your costing again. get your total cost. We are still getting to that. Ask yourself, is it possible for you to increase your selling price? So if you find out that you cannot increase selling price, you have to go to your cost. Is there anything you can do to reduce your cost? And you find out that this is like we are even trying for the expenses or the cost to be like this. Then it therefore means that if your selling price is, you think your selling price is the same thing with what other people are selling, or you're even among those that are pricing higher than others, and your cost is in order, then your sales is bad. You have to. It means your sales is bad. So we are coming to how to improve your profit. But just know that when your sales is consistently low, your profit is going to be poor. Okay. Number again is high cost. High cost. And for most businesses, this high cost is mostly, even especially the fact that the price of things are changing. From my experience working with business owners, where they usually even have problem is in their expenses. You see these expenses, that is where many business owners have problems. Okay? You will see a business that when you check their gross profit, their gross profit percent, they will be making, their gross profit percent will be around more than 50%. So let me check that of this business. So, but if you not check they are not making any profit. High expenses. Okay, so this one is not up to 50. This is just example. But I'm trying to have some businesses that you will see. Now is 3 million. Maybe their cost of goods sold may be something like 1.2 million sales. Okay, maybe 1.2 million. So you see their gross 8 million, which is okay. But if you check this, the expenses may be something like 2 million. Sorry. The expenses may be something like 2 million. So once you don't control your costs, once your cost is high, your profit is going to be reduced. Okay, so we are going also coming to how to manage your cost. Then selling price. Oh, this is their grandfather. Many of you price wrongly. You buy goods. You bought a product 12,000. You rush to sell it 13, let's say 13,000, 15,000, without actually confirming if all your costs are included. We are coming to that. But just know that if you are not pricing well, let me give you an example. So imagine that you sold 50 units of your product at 15,000. So 15,000 by 50 is 750. So assuming you bought the product, let's say 12,000. 12,000 by 50. Let me demonstrate it so that you understand what I'm saying. So you sold 50 units of a product, okay, at 15,000 naira, and you bought the item 12,000. Okay, let's say that period your expenses was 300,000. Okay, now when you look at it, if you do 50, let's get our profit. If you do 15 by 50, that is 750. You do 12,000 by 50, that is 600,000. So this will give us a gross profit of 150,000. And this business have expenses of 300,000. So this is, let me call it GP. Okay, let me call this expenses. Their net profit, their final profit now becomes like minus sign. Okay, so this is the reality of this business. And I'm saying the one major cause is poor sales. So imagine that this business increases their sales to 100 and every other thing remains the same. They will break even. Okay, so imagine that they increase it to 150. Everything remaining the same, they will make profit. So you can see that poor sales will affect your profit. Then taking it back to 50. We said again that the cost of this is when your cost is so high, which is the reality of many people. So imagine that they got a better supplier who now supplied this at 10,000. Okay, and they were able to reduce these expenses to, let's say, 200,000. You see that their profit will, they now have a profit with the selling price being the same. Now, but assuming it's not possible to change the expenses, that it's not possible to, that there's no way they can get this, okay? Now, and to increase their sales will also be possible. Now, imagine that it will also not be possible. So imagine that they increase this selling price to, let's say, 20,000. They will make profit. So you find out that these three things work smartly. So the primary thing to focus on, if you must increase your profit, is make sure your selling price is okay, make sure your cost is controlled, and make sure you are selling enough. These three must be constantly at in positive form. Positive means that revenue is increasing, cost is reducing, expenses is also reducing. The selling price is very much in order. Okay. Then we move. There are now other financial leakages, which is theft. I had a session with a business owner, and she told me that, I don't want to tell the story, but the final outcome is that the goods stolen by her staff filled up a 2-bedroom apartment. I mean, 2 rooms and a parlor. Goods stolen by a young girl that is now up to 22 years. Filled up a 2 rooms and a parlor. The goods, when they eventually called the lady, they used 3 vehicles to pack the goods. Now, assuming, now looking at that goods there, those things are both the current and future income of the business that have been stolen. Because imagine how much money that gets. It's not, and it's a recurrent, because if the business owner should sell the goods, they will make money. They will still use the money to buy and make more money. But stealing it means they have stolen so many things. So when you're experiencing leakages like employee theft, it's gonna affect your group, gonna affect your profit, because you won't be able to make as much money as possible. Then damages. Okay, a woman shared her story that she bought I think it did 25 liters oil. Then after a short while, they were still requesting for oil. She checked what they did. So she insisted that they must tell her what happened. She now found out that one of these kitchen staff, in error or be out of not seeing well, they didn't close the oil well. Then somebody kicked on it and the oil fell and poured out. That is wastage, unnecessary wastage. When you don't close all these leakages, it's going to drain your profit. Then when you mix business and personal money together, this is another wahala of many business owners. Because when you're mixing together, you'll be using the business money to solve unnecessary personal expenses. Okay, so you should be able to pay yourself as a business owner. Then again is poor record keeping. Because in my one-on-one session, many business owners always complain that they are selling and making money, but they're always broke. Many a time, that thing is being caused by poor record keeping. Because if you keep record, you should be able to see when things are not going well. They don't track their income. Many business owners, they spend so much in the business because they don't track it. So once they see money and there is a need to meet, they will just solve it. But if you keep record, you can't check, what is my cash balance? What is our profit? What is this? What do you understand? So when you check your report for the month and you find out that you guys did not even do well, next month is going to be registered in you not to spend so much. So these are the factors that affect your profit. Okay, are we still together? We are now going to the last one where we talk about how do you now improve. All right, how do you now improve your profits? How do you manage it? How do you improve it? One, price right pricing. Now let's talk a little about pricing. How do you price well? You want to price well? How do you price well? Number one, now, assuming you sell, I don't know what to use. Let's say you sell bottled water. Or in fact, just look, remember your business now. You know what you're selling. Just pick your head, your mind. Just pick an item in your mind. How much are you selling that product that is in your mind now? Assuming it's 10,000 naira. That 10,000 naira is the right price for that product if it fulfills these three conditions. These conditions are like tripod stand. You know tripod stand. If one leg is broken, if the tripod stand has become useless. So if any of these conditions is not in your price, that price will never lead to your growth. Number one, that 10,000 naira that you're selling that product, or that 5K, or whatever you're selling the product, must cover your total cost. In the next slide, you will see what is your total cost. Your cost, your business cost must be included in that 10,000. The 10,000 must give you reasonable return. So assuming the total cost of that product is 9,500 naira. Okay, but you are selling it 10,000. You have a profit of 500. But is it reasonable? How do you make it reasonable? That is the question. Third, that 10,000, your customers must be willing and able to pay the 10,000. Your customers must be willing and able. And the willingness and the ability of your customers to pay the 10,000 is not really based on how much. Many of you, the reason why you have not increased your price because you think your customers will run away. Don't worry, time permits us. I'm going to give you a tip of how to increase your price. Let me give you an example. Assuming, which products will I use as an example now? A common product that everybody can relate to. Okay, let me just use cream, a female cream. Okay, so imagine you now that you want to buy a cream. Okay, let me use perfume. Perfume is something that both men and women use. So imagine that you want to buy a perfume. So you visit this place and you say, how much is this perfume? And they say this perfume is 1,000 or 500 naira. Oh, and it smells so well. I'm so convinced that many of you listening to me will not buy that perfume. What is it? Which means you are willing to pay. You have the money. You are able to pay, but you are not willing to pay. So again, imagine that you also want to buy a perfume, and they say the perfume is 500,000. You may not be able to pay, but you love it. You are willing, assuming you have money. So the willingness and ability of your customers to pay for your product is not really so much about the price. Yes, I understand that some customers are price sensitive. It's not really so much about the price. It's about the customer's perception of your product and the price. I don't know if I'm clear. So you have to review your price and be sure your price is covering your cost, giving you reasonable return, and your customers are willing and able to pay. The next is, how do you now price your product? The first thing is calculate your cost. What is your cost? As a business, you have two types of cost: direct costs, indirect costs. So your total cost that I talked about here is two. Direct cost, I think, let me increase my screen. I've shown what I want to show you. I think this is better. So your cost, you have two types of cost: direct cost and direct. So what is your direct cost? Now, assuming you're into production, so I'm going to give you examples. So your direct cost is the cost that is directly related to what you do. What do you do? What do you do? So assuming you're into production of water, what are the costs that must take place for you to produce water? You have the pharmaceutical shops. What are the costs that takes place because of, like, you run a pharmaceutical shop? So if you're into production, your direct cost is the cost of the materials you're using for the production, labor. So if there is labor, is not really about those that help you. Then direct labor costs. Yes, direct labor are those that work in the factory, but direct labor costs are those that their cost is kind of not just related, but can be quantifiable with the attributes. So, for instance, if you have a ready-to-wear brand and you pay your tailors per outfit, you find out that the more outfit they make, the more money you pay them. That is direct cost. So direct cost is not only related, but it increases as the goods you are making is increasing and reduces as the goods you are making is reducing. So if you pay your tailors 5,000, if they make 100 outfit, the money you spend will not be the same if they make 50. But assuming you're paying them fixed salary, it does not change. So it's not a direct cost, right? So if you offer service, the cost of offering the service, so assuming you run a cleaning business, you have to buy materials for the cleaning, you have to transport boys there, you have to feed them, all those things are a direct cost. Okay? If you're a consultant, you may or may not have the direct cost. If you have, maybe if you buy software subscription, it's a direct cost. If you have if you run a travel business where you pay for tickets for people, or you help them process their visa, and all those money you now pay could be your direct cost. Okay? Or maybe other transportation to help the client do that and all that. Okay, so that was number one. Number two is your indirect costs. Your expenses. This is where many business owners have problem. You don't include your expenses in the price of what you sell. That is the problem. And I know many people will say, if I include my expenses in my price, the price will be so high that my customers will run away. It is better you include it and find out that the price is too high. So that when you now find out that the price is too high, what will you now do? You will buckle up. Yes, you will buckle up. It's either the expenses will be reduced, or you find a way to sell more. Like, you then know what to do. Okay, so when you have gotten your direct and indirect costs, if you have a business running, maybe you don't just, I don't want to say add your markup. That is a normal thing. No, but what I usually do for people is you compare that with your current selling price. And if you sell products that it's common, like you have a pharmaceutical shop, you have the supermarket, then you also want to compare with the prices of people in the market. Or even if you produce your product, yes, you may have your own skincare brand, but maybe this type of product, your ethnic rated product, you are selling 50K, maybe another person is selling 20 and it's giving results. So when you have gotten your direct cost, your total cost, you compare that with how much you are now selling to know whether you are pricing well, to know whether your price is in order. You can also compare with what is in the market. Then when you have now settled that, you need to change your price or something, you now fix your price using different strategies. So one pricing strategy I would like to talk to us about today is value pricing or value-based pricing. Value-based pricing. Now, if you have been willing to, maybe you want to increase the price and all that, this strategy is going to help you. What does it mean? It is pricing based on the value that your customers place on your products. Understanding what means value, what drives value, what are the value drivers for your customers, and your price based on that. Now, it is your customers that will show you that they place value on your product. Let me give you an example. So some value drivers like speed. Now, I had a session with the guy runs both a ready-to-wear brand and bespoke, and I asked him, he wants to increase his price. So I asked him question one, if I give you an outfit to make for me, will you deliver it in the next 24 hours? He said yes. I said, are you sure? I said yes. I said, this is the pain point of most people. Tailor will tell you, come and pick up this on Saturday. You get there on Saturday, maybe the tailor is still cutting the material. I say, just sit down, blah, blah, blah. And, please, can you come tomorrow? Please, can you just come tomorrow? We're almost done. Once you leave, the tailor will drop your outfit and start another person. They can you deliver in 24, 48 hours? He said yes. I said, that is your pricing point. Shout it. that this is
and when you stand inside Josh, yeah, what
hello, hello.
Hello, we are with you, ma'am.
Yes, what with you, ma'am?
Okay,
We are with
okay.
you.
So all right. So I told him, can you announce it that for this is 48-hour sellers shop or whatever you call it. Show the nice outfit you make. In 48 hours, you carry your clothes. And if you want to carry it, let's say in 24, 48 hours, because I think the price then was around 70, one to like 100. Say 100,000, take it in 48 hours. There are somebody, or even 24 hours. There are somebody can come into town today and wants to go for wedding the next day that we can deliver. 24 hours, 120,000, 48 hours, 100,000. In a week time, maybe it's 70,000. So you are not just increasing price, you're increasing value. Maybe what means value to your customers may be free delivery. So is it possible that you can offer free delivery, maybe by through bulk order? We cannot say everything here. There is a strategy for free delivery. I think if you go to my page on Delight Accounting Clinic, I made a short video on that. Okay, you can also check it out. So free delivery may be your cost. Okay, now someone was talking, saying that I think it's a teller that said that if she finds out that each time she tells customer this product 50K, another product delivery 5,000, customers will run away. So once she's giving you her price, she said 55,000. Every business is unique. Don't tell me this will not work for me. It must not work for you. What I'm telling you is for you to go and think your own unique value proposition. Think of what customers want from you. There must be something your customers want. You run a pharmaceutical shop. Customers don't want fake. Can you let us know fake? Can you teach us how to identify fake? There is where I live, the place I stay, there is this pharmaceutical shop that is around us. Everybody knows that they sell high, that their price is higher. Something you can get 1.5 in another shop, they will sell 2,000. They go there, people flow there. Why? They are known for quality, no adulteration. So quality is their unique value proposition, and people are really because do you know how many people that have died because of fake products, and they have never no bad review. So I will quickly go. I can go there and buy my price of 500. I'm buying fake one or 250 from you. That is their own. And you say it, you communicate it. What is your value? I asked a skincare person, what is your value? There was a time this some people were giving video of when people apply sunscreen. Sorry, I've not applied that, you know. Some they were when they apply it, it will be as though they applied the dusting powder. It will be whitish or something like that. So I later found out that it's not good. That is not how it should be. But maybe your own does not give that. You show it. Show the one that is white and apply your own on a live video and tell us, you see, this is what I applied. I was speaking with a skincare vendor. She also want to increase the price, and I asked her, what is your unique value proposition? Like, what is customer looking for your products? Or what has customer told you is why they're coming? Can I say that some people that have used similar products look at the kind of thing they experience and look at the ingredient that causes it, and we don't use it. Look at the ingredient that we use and say, hey, shout it. Let your customers help you to say it. I don't know many of you, if you are used to Instagram. Sorry, I'm taking your time, but this place is the only way we're going to take much time. Because I want, as I'm talking, you're thinking of your own value. Okay, so also I want you to see pricing beyond just calculation. Okay, this is just one. There are so many which I'm not going to talk about. I'm a pricing expert, so if pricing is your problem, just send a DM and we are going to trash it. Now, another person, I don't know if you know this lady called Melanie Pine. She sells parfait. I had a session with someone that sells parfait. When I asked this person, this parfait you sell this price, how much does she sell it? The difference in their price was more than 5K. Now, what is her unique value proposition? According to people that eat parfait well, There are some, even I've seen it, there's some parfait you will buy. It will look, you will not even know whether what you are eating is yogurt or parfait. They will just take small thing and put on top of it, nothing else. But the lady's unique value proposition is that from beginning to the end, you are eating fruits. Nice, sweet, good fruits. Different packages, different price sizes. You see how she's cashing out. And everybody, each time she runs advert, you see, if there are 500 comments, I bet you 495 are positive comments. That is it. Some of the items that lady sells 18,000. Some people are struggling to sell it 11, 12,000 because she captured what the market wants, gave it to the market, and entered into beast marketing mode. And she said, so maybe your own may be tasty food. There's another lady, this guy they call Jollof, is a Jollof guy, Tolu somebody. I've forgotten her. Yes, it's Chef Tolu. I think it's Chef Tolu. Smoky Jollof. When you taste Jollof, they go tell you don't buy one plate. So here she has captured it that when people are eating Jollof, you get one kind taste where they won't get. And that taste they there. I know some chefs that have really captured that. So what is your own unique value? What does your customer want? Not be to be making mouth. I'm giving you value. Value-based pricing can move you from. See, when I started my one-on-one session to help people with pricing, no, I didn't even start it to help people with pricing, to show you how value-based pricing can work. I was just saying, pay me 3,000, and I'm going to just tell me your problem. I'm going to give you solution as far as it relates to finance and inventory. Then people started telling me more about pricing issue. So I now started helping pricing. Before you know it, almost the testimonial liability became much. From 3K, I now charge now 700,000 for pricing for a session to teach you how to price on your own, like review your data and everything. So you see the value, because as customers we are placing value and make demand increase. Now the price kept increasing, the law of demand and supply, the price kept increasing. In fact, if I'm still doing that session 10,000, I won't have been here because my hair don't blow. That is what pricing can do for you. So what are your customers looking for? You can visit pages of your competitors. Life is not easier, so getting information is easier. Now, let me tell you what value-based pricing can do. That is the last story I will tell you before I move into another thing. I hope we are still together. How is the class so far, please? I hope it's not too boring. Please. I hope this class is not boring. Are you still hearing me?
No, it's not boring.
Yes, we are with you, ma'am.
Okay.
Insightful.
So the last thing I want to tell you is, I had a session with two people. Let me show you what pricing can do. So this lady, she was into the sale of she sells outwear, more of a buyer product. Okay, she doesn't make it, and she imports. So she was trying to be affordable and all that, but money was coming in, but I beg, no, she was always broke. Then she later increased her price to double her price. So my outfit of 50-100, she's selling at 100,000. So my outfit of 50-60, she increased it to 100 and above 100. And to her shock, people kept buying. In fact, she began to attract more premium customers. More premium customers that even, I wouldn't want to mention the state, but the wife of a former governor even bought from her. Premium people, executive women, classy women started buying from her. Like, order increase when she doubled her price. Like, I want you to imagine from 60K to 100K. I want you to imagine it. Okay? So, she now found out what happened. When she now inquired from some customers, she now found out that her customers were buying because of the uniqueness of the design. So, in order to increase her price, she went deeper to find very unique. So it was easy to make them know that this is not luxury. So, because abaya is something that people wear, like it gives this rich auntie vibes. Abaya gives rich auntie vibes. So no rich auntie will want to wear something and You're entering the market and the woman that is selling Ogo is also wearing that. That is fuck up now. Don't want to wear something and you enter maybe your mother's community meeting and all the women there are wearing that. You want to wear something that someone will look at you and say, where did you get it? And see, when you capture that value that your customers want, I tell you, you will be the price leader. Okay, so and that you have to communicate it. I'm not saying share your secret, but you communicate what makes you the best. All right. So then, okay, another customer increase the price of shawarma. I think it double or triple the price of shawarma, and sell of shawarma stopped. Which means he just increased the price. Nothing changed. Not that it became big. Nothing changed. Not that there is now premium. Nothing changed. He just double price because he think he can double it, and customers run away. All right. The next, so let's continue. I think I've done justice to this. We are still talking about how do you increase your profits. Let's hope. Are you still hearing me with this thing network is doing here?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, we
All
can
right.
hear you.
We can hear you.
So all these things I said have to do with what price well. And if you must increase your price, I would like you to increase it by value. There are other strategies, but I can't say everything here. But I know if you can put this into work, it's going to change you. One is sell more. I hope someone is not saying, are we in accounting class or marketing class? Not the way you make money, you go keep accounts. So if you want your profit to increase, you must sell more. So as a business owner, one of the headaches you will have is, how do we reach more people? How are we going to sell more? So you must try to create good marketing strategies, good sales closing strategies. Now, there are two marketing strategies that have helped me, and I know I learned it from an expert, and it's also going to help you. Number one is messaging. Oh my God. If I show you the video I use in running one campaign in January, that video is blurry, but the messaging was powerful. I'm sure that may even be the video that that Lumi saw and contacted me. Messaging. When you speak the language, when you speak to the pain of your audience, sometimes they maybe ignore some expertise to work on you. But that does not mean that you're not improving. I'm improving now. My videos are getting better by the day. You understand? But messaging is the core in marketing. Are you saying what people want to hear? Are you saying what is appealing to the people? That is it. So sometimes people argue that video is better than images. I have seen somebody that used a single graphic to raise over 30 million because of the information on the graphic. Now tell yourself, let's do some. And I wish Instagram. I cannot remember some of the accounts. I would have shown you. Now there is this some advert. Now have you ever, maybe when you're scrolling through Instagram, you see let's say a graphic and you just pause and look at it. It will capture your attention. That is messaging. Then we also talk about demonstration marketing. So let's play a game. Assume you want to buy a blender. Okay, you want to buy a blender. And the vendor, you have two people, you see two people selling vendor. And the vendor one says, this is a very strong blender. This blender can grind your beans, can grind beans, tomato, solid, everything. It can grind it. It's tested and trusted. 21 million people have bought and everything. Then you are still scrolling. Maybe you save that page and you are still scrolling. Then you saw another person. And this person said, this blender is very durable and strong. Let me show you how strong this blender is. This blender can crush this bottle. And the person breaks bottle on the blender, put bottle inside it, and the blender crush the bottle. I would like someone in the comments, I would like someone here to answer me. Which of the two vendors will you buy from? You want to buy a blender?
The second one.
The second vendor.
That is what demonstration can do for you. That is what demonstration can do for you. Demonstration marketing is a powerful marketing strategy. Demonstrate the value that your products have. I usually say demonstrate it. That person has only done demonstration. The video that I told you that made me money was demonstration. I demonstrated the predicament of business owner using numbers, and people saw it and became interested. I don't know what to sell. They think of how to demonstrate the value of your product. It could be by showing us fake and original. There is this, assuming there is this picture I saw online. In fact, assuming that person that posted that picture is into sells that product, let's say the water, the person will make more money. So the person posted to bottled water. You will see the difference in the bottled water. He said, this one is from, I've forgotten the village, but they just said, this one is from Okoko, this one is from Ghetto. This one is from the real Pepsi company. Showing, why is the person showing us that this one is fake, this one is from the company? So showing us fake of your product is a demonstration. There's another lady I admire so much on Facebook. She sells perfume. She educates so much about perfume. Once she gets a fake one, she will show you the fake and her own that is original. You will see the difference. So I'm sorry to say, if I want to start spending so much money on perfume, she's the one I'll pay for her consultation, like she's the one I will go to. So two things is, each time you want to market your business, ask yourself, what are you saying? Who are you saying to? What are you telling that person? If somebody should tell you this, does it make sense to you? Okay? So what I'm trying to say is selling. Then we talk about sales. You know that sales and marketing are the same thing. Many businesses are doing well with marketing, but their selling is poor. So imagine that some people, their sales closing is poor. Maybe the customer will chat to you. I used to see some people, they will post something online. They will say, WhatsApp only. They will write the account number. Sorry, they will just write the phone number. And maybe that WhatsApp number is not even or it's not even in the DM or something like that. Except if you have grown, that people will have time to type that number and then chat you. If not, you can use automated system by telling people comment A and you will receive a WhatsApp number to talk to chat with us. Something like that, or you put it in your bio and plead with people like make buying from you easy. Make buying from you easy. Make buying from you easy. Not that maybe somebody will chat you to buy for you, it take you 2 days to respond to that person. Yes, I understand that maybe you're doing everything alone. You will still get people, but try as much as possible to improve. So what I'm saying is find way to improve yourselves. Okay, I don't know your business, but this is just my own tip. Offer value to customers. I have seen people that are okay now. And another way to increase sale is bundle. How can people buy more of your products? As far as I'm concerned, on the streets of Instagram, sorry, I don't know where you guys are coming from, but though I'm on Facebook and Instagram, but I know more vendors on Instagram. On the streets of Instagram, on the streets of Instagram, one person that started this, nobody knows that you can buy food stuff like in bundle like that. I think it's Jack Bell. You will never see her market her food stuff when she was marketing. She will never see her market maybe this. No, she will bundle different products. We are in holidays now. How are you taking advantage of it? So she will bundle different products and price it, and people will see it as good offer. Bundling can help you. Always ask yourself, how can you sell more? You can use upselling and all that. Always ask, how can you sell more? And bundle is part of it. I don't know what to sell, but ask yourself, how can you make your customers buy more? If you see one person, how can you make someone buy more? By giving them bundle. If they want free delivery, can you increase the quantity they can buy before you offer the free delivery? So however you can do it, please sell more so that your profit will be high. Cost management, manage your cost. Hey, what I see in my one-on-one session is always, I don't know. I had a session with someone that she sells ready to wear. When I saw her, when I did calculated her direct cost, it was quite good. She was fat. She was the difference between her selling price and direct cost was over 100%, which means if the cost is 30,000, the selling price was around 60 and above. But more, when I added expenses, I told her no, I'm not adding again. What is the problem? The rent alone was over 5 million. She has customers willing to buy, but lacking capacity. Imagine if she had used half of that rent to buy, maybe employ more tellers. Her problem is tellers, getting more hands. Yes, we are in the period of social media, and everybody is trying to, no, see, I can tell you, except your business relates to that. I have seen people that instead of trying to stress themselves with that, you can maybe rent a hotel, a place that is good, create your content, create 30 content in a day. Instead of stressing yourself, see, rent. If you are still doing your business from home as you're listening to me, it is error. Or maybe you want to rent a shop. It is error for you to go and rent a shop without being sure that this business can pay for that rent. Because what most people do is when they want to rent, because maybe for me now, okay, I want to rent an apartment. I will not take time to save the money. Maybe it has taken you 2-3 years to save that money. You're not going to rent it. You're looking at the money you have at hand. It can pay the rent. Not knowing that if you're paying 1 year rent, should it not be yesterday we celebrated Christmas? I'm asking, not be yesterday. Today now waiting again, July 24th. I bet you now yesterday we celebrated Christmas. It was yesterday. Some food stuff, some things I bought, there are things I bought December that they are still new. Brother, Christmas don't reach you. Maybe you use like 2-3 years to gather money to pay that rent. You forgot that in the next 12 months you are paying another one. Before you pay for any rent, check for every other expenses. Do you have service charge? Is there anything you pay to government? What is the electricity? Check it before you go for it. So these are the areas I've seen people have issues. Salary. There is no point in saying you have 1 million people that you cannot pay them. A friend of mine told me a story of how, in order to help his business, after calculating his profit and loss, from total income of close to 5 million to less than 1 million profits, less than 500K profits, he said he packed out from where he's staying. Many of you are paying rent, physical rent, to you get money online to pay physical to pay for physical shop. Because store opening, everybody is claiming, there's no competition. Make sure your rent, you're not struggling to pay it. So get a place you can pay or stay in your house until you grow. Employ people you can pay. There's no gain having 10 people that are not productive. My friend, what he did was he has 6 staff, he reduced them to 3, increased the salary of the 3, and their productivity increased. You can also even introduce commission to help them grow. People, because you want to create content, yes, furnishing, buying so many equipment that your business don't need. That's why your profit is good, but your cash flow is bad. So please, always do cost-benefit analysis before you go into any expenses. Many of you have websites you are not using. You have websites you are not using it. Anything that is raining, you go and buy. Maybe you even have Labubu. Please, always review your expenses so that you be sure you are not overspending. And again, make sure, I'm saying it again, that your expenses is included in your price. Make sure that your selling price was not determined by guessing. If your selling price does not cover your cost, even if you want to do value-based, you will not make it. If that you cooperate someone, it's time to now do your own costing. One guy that had a session with me that has what is it called? A laundry business. He copied his friend's price. When he started, he became frustrated. That was when he observed the friend he copied price from does not buy fuel because the friend stays in the band A where they have 20 hours lights. But where he's staying, he buys for 10,000 naira fuel every day. So imagine that you are spending 10K every day on fuel and you are copying the price of someone who doesn't spend that every day. So please understand your cost. Go back. I want you to go today, download your bank statement, check it, and be asking yourself question. What in this one be? What is the importance of this one to this business? Anyone you don't understand, you have to mark it and revisit it. And revisit it. I will revisit it. Then keep proper records. There is not much to talk. Lumi is there for you. Record keeping has to do with recording and classifying all your financial transactions. These are called 6 things you must keep record of in your business, depending on the one that relates to you. I call them SEPIC: sales, expenses, purchases, production, inventory, cash. Without record keeping, you will never know if you are making profit or not. There's no two ways about it. So you have to keep records. Get good accounting software. Book will not help you. Book will not help you. Get Lumi software and use that to keep track of your transaction. This one here in our Wahala. Some people have worked with. They have software, but they don't use the information in the software to do it. So why? Because they feel the staff are not recording well. If you know you cannot do reconciliation, don't bother yourself going for any software. I'm sorry, don't bother yourself paying. If you know that every day you don't have someone that will go to your software, see your sales report in your software, and go to your bank statement and trace it. You don't have anybody that will go to your software, see that you have cash collection of 100,000 and count the cash to confirm that you have transfer and go and check it. That you use either Lumi Pay or any POS to collect money and nobody to trace that money in your bank statement. You don't have anybody that will check your bank statement to be sure that all the charges there are what you understand. Don't bother going for software. I'm sorry. Get your business organized. When you call Lumi, then tell them first, wait, how we go even organize this first. So before you go for accounting software, make sure that you have someone who will help you keep the records and the reconciliation. If you don't have a staff working with you, I'm sorry, you don't bother going for software. I'm telling you, you will not keep it. You will not keep it. Shana, waiting, you will not keep it. You will just be wasting time. Except you do business where maybe you offer service where maybe you can attend to 2 people in a day, or maybe you don't really have much doing. Because as a CEO, do you know how many things that is going through your head? You're thinking of how to sell. You're thinking of calling supplier. You're thinking of this. And the record keeping you won't come to, you know, go to do. So if you must keep record, you need someone that will help you record. You need someone that will reconcile with you. Yes, reconciliation, if you are free, you can do reconciliation. But from my experience, I know they do them well. So everything the recorder has to be tracked. Make sure it's there. You should count your stock and make sure it's the same thing with what is on the Lumi software. If you know you cannot do those things, that software is useless. I'm sorry, that software is useless. And because the software is useless, your business will keep bleeding. Many of you treat accounting as second-hand citizen, and that is why you are suffering. Accounting is number one. The way you treat marketing is the way you treat accounting. If not, you go to the market, they sell, you will not see money. So please make sure reconciliation, record keeping is done well. And there should be reports. They should be giving you report. Another way to make people do their work is you request report from them. They should be giving you report and you check that report. Okay, so I don't want to waste so much time. Separate business and personal money. If you are here, you are using the same bank account for business and personal needs. Go and open another account. Even if you don't have a corporate account yet, okay? I know that sometimes some of these commercial banks can be funny. I've been on Access Bank to create corporate account for me. They are doing what I don't know. It's just that I've been so busy. I will be using this new commercial banks. I don't even have time for them. So in case you're like me that are frustrating you, I went to GTB, they said I should go and get referral. I beg, where will I have time to start looking for his banking with GTB? So if you're like me, that frustration you're facing it because you want to get your corporate account from from a known bank because you know things you have in mind. Even if you're using one account, open another one for your personal needs. Then pay yourself. And as a business owner, I always recommend pay yourself from your salary. So, hey God, what did I say? Pay yourself from your profits. Sorry, I wanted to say pay yourself from your profits. So at the end of the day, you check how much profit you have made, and you can say, well, I will take 10%, 15%, and all that. So you must pay yourself separate. Don't mix business and personal account together and pay yourself. So you take money from the business account to the personal account as your own salary. So please, I recommend paying yourself from your profit, please, and not from your salary. I wanted to change it. The network is stressing me. Okay, so doing all these things, you will be able to increase your profits. Okay, so I think this should be the last point before I introduce myself again. Please, I would like to take your question. Don't tell me you don't have a question. Please, I would like to take question. Okay, so please, who will coordinate the question? I'm not seeing you. I'm only seeing my slide. But let me come up there and see if I'll see anybody.
I'm here, ma. So if you have any questions, thank you so much, ma. Thank you so much for taking your time to explain. If you have any questions, you can just signify raising your hand. Yes, and I'll just call you up to speak. Okay, I see JT has a question. Okay, JT, are you able to unmute your mic and ask your question? Okay, JT, are you able to speak? All right, can we take Ade for Laju? Please unmute your mic and ask your question.
Okay, sorry, my question is as regards the profit and loss this thing. My question is for we who deal with grocery store, sales of provisions, foodstuffs and the like. Now, most of the times we buy nylon bags to package our goods. Do we add that to our costs of goods?
Yes, it's part of your expenses. That is your indirect cost. It will be added.
Okay, we add it to it, right? So let's say,
it's part of
for
your
example,
expenses.
let's say, for example, I went to the market now and I bought goods of 1 million naira. Cost of transportation is 10,000 naira, thereabouts. Cost of transportation is 10,000 or thereabouts, and I bought nylon of, let's say, 15, 20,000. So how do I go about that?
Hey, you want me to teach costing now? Now, let me give you, let me answer it this way. Number one is, let's take it. Okay. That nylon.
What I usually do.
Okay. I can hear you.
Now, what I usually do is this. When I go to the market like that and I buy goods of 1,000, my cost of that 1,000 is what I just put on the system. So now the other expenses, maybe there are times whereby it might be day after day or a week after week that I might get nylon as the sales are. So once I incur cost of transportation like that, I record it under my expenses. Then let's say, for example, I pay my staff salary, I record it under my expenses. Then the nylon too, it might be maybe twice in a week I'll purchase nylon, so I record that under my expenses. I don't know, have I been following a good pattern all
Okay,
along?
so now this thing you have said now is, so you, if I get you correctly, you went to the market and you bought goods worth 1 million naira. Okay?
Yes.
And you spend 10,000 naira as your transportation.
Yes.
Now, I want you to know that the total amount of goods you purchase is actually 1,010,000 naira. That is your direct cost. If you remember when I explained about direct cost, as a business as a trading business owner, buy and sell, your direct cost is a combination of how much you bought the goods, that is 1 million, and the 10,000 naira. So the question now is what you will now be asking is, okay, how do you now share the 10,000 to all the products? I don't know if you get what. Assuming you bought some item 3,000, 2,000, 1,500, and you spend 10,000 naira. So the question is now, how do you share it? There are different ways you can share it. Some people use the quantity method where they share the 10,000 by the quantity of the items. The other people also use a proportional method. That is the one I use, where that 10,000, I will share it in proportion to the amount of goods you bought. So item you bought 15,000 will not have the same share with item you bought 2,000. So there's a formula for it, which I'm honestly not going deep. Then your nylon, your staff salary is your expenses. So what you have to calculate is what we call direct cost per each of the products you sell. Then the another thing you should not be asking is, how do you now share your expenses to all the products that you sell? So all these have some steps which I will honestly not be saying it like cover it here. Is a full-blown costing class. They just know that these are two things. The goods you bought and the transportation is your direct cost. The nylon, the staff salary, and others are all expenses. So, and for you to do your costing, you need to calculate your direct cost per unit, your indirect cost per unit, which is sharing determining how much you should add to each product as your expenses. So adding them together will give you your total cost. I don't know if I actually gave you a clue of what you asked.
Perfectly understood. Thank you.
Okay.
So I have a question too.
Yeah.
Hello, can you hear me, sir?
Loud and clear.
So my question, it's also almost the same thing with this guy you just answered. But the way I do my expenses, the way I calculate for the cost or like for the transportation, what I do is I enter it as expenses. I don't know if I'm doing it right like that. When I buy goods, because my goods come weekly. So
That is what some people. That is what. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
From my one-on-one session, that is what many. From my one-on-one session, that is what many business owners do. But it is wrong. In accounting, it is wrong. The transportation to buy your goods, your delivery fee to buy your goods is not your expenses. It is a cost. If it is in accounting, we say it should be capitalized. It is part of the cost of the goods. What is definition of inventory or cost of goods in accounting? Your inventory is how much you bought the goods and other costs, like every other money you spend until the goods get to your place. Assuming you are spending 20, maybe to go to the market, you spend 5,000, to come back 15,000, that is 20,000, and you bought goods worth 1 million. What you should record at the total cost of the goods you bought is that 1 million to 20,000. That 20,000 is not your expenses. It's part of the cost of the goods you sold. But why many business owners now put it in expenses is because they don't know how to share the expenses. So assuming now you're an importer, so you paid, let's say you pay agent 250,000, shipping fee, let's say 2 million, transportation to your place, let's say 100. You pay the boys offloading the goods, okay? The guys that helped you to offload the goods and everything. Let's say everything amounts to 2.5 million, and you bought goods that worth 15 million. The total amount of goods you bought is 52,500,000. So any money you spend to get your goods down to your plate is not expenses. It is part of the cost of the goods. But because many business owners now are confused, because imagine that you bought 10 different, let's say 50 different items, and you spend 20,000 as transportation. Maybe you bought this item 1, 3,000, item 2, 2,500, item 3, 5,000. So the total of everything, let's say 2 million, and you spend 20K for transportation. The reason why many business owners put that 20,000 as expenses is because they don't know how to add that 20,000 to the individual cost of the goods, because the 20,000 is supposed to be part of individual cost of the goods. So if I'm doing costing for a trading business, what I'm adding together is how much spent to buy this product, 5,000 plus how much did you spend to bring the goods down? Everything, let's say 30,000. So we have to determine what to add to each of the products to represent the transportation. So what you are doing in accounting is wrong. And the reason why you are doing it is because you are not like, what is this? The reason why you are doing it is because you don't know how to add it. If an audit is of vetting your account, or tax people are vetting your account, if they feel once you narrate it that it is transportation to buy your goods, it will be flagged. It is not part of your expenses. Okay.
Okay, I understand, ma. Thank you very much. Well, another question I wanted to ask. I have 2 stores. One is my warehouse where I store goods. So when goods come like this, we offload in the warehouse.
Okay.
Then from the warehouse, we move some goods to the store where we do the selling. So we are usually pay for transportation for that movement. Should that one too be called expenses, or should I add it
No. It's expenses. So once the goods have arrived, every other enter movement is expenses. Maybe let's assume now that let's assume you sell water, okay, and you need to use truck to move the goods, or you want to go for trade fair, you need to use truck to move the goods to the market. It's expensive. So once your goods have arrived the only one that is cost is movement from your supplier to your shop. Once the goods have arrived to your shop and you offload it, every other movement is expensive.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
All right, thank you so much. Do we have more questions? I see more hands raised. Emeka,
Yes, I have
please
question, please.
All right, please ask your question.
Okay, yes, I appreciate the section. It's a very eye-opening section, and I learned a lot. And I've been using the Lumi business to manage my business for over 1 year now, and I run my business from United Kingdom, even though it's in Nigeria, and it has been very helpful. But I have one issue I would love to be addressed. The Lumi business is able to help me to do the cost of goods sold. So I'm a producer, so I buy my raw materials. So I factor the cost very well into the cost of my goods. But cash flow is where I have a problem, because I still buy some materials from my suppliers that used to produce my items. So there's no way to capture the cash flow to show how I make my purchases from suppliers and others. So, but my sales and profits are fine, but the cash flow record is where I have issues. So I would like it to be rectified if it's possible, or that there's a feature in the app that I'm not used to yet, that can capture that aspect of my business very well.
Okay, thank you so much. Do I have Kelechi? Do I still have Kelechi here to? Okay, I'm not sure I see Kelechi. Okay, Kelechi, are you? Okay, Princess, are you able to speak in?
Sorry, what was the question again?
Can I come again?
Yeah, please come again.
Okay, I said that the Lumi business app I'm using has been able to help me to take care of my cost and sales, so I can get my gross profit and expenses very well. But where I'm having issue, maybe because of my limited use of the app, or maybe the features are not there yet.
Yeah.
How to enter by if I get some raw material. I'm a manufacturer, so I bought some raw materials from suppliers.
What business is that? What's your business? What's your business name, sir?
Snow Specialties.
Okay.
Yeah,
so your concern is
cash flow,
like manufacture your product, but do you include all the raw materials when you're imputing the cost price? because
No, I
if
have
you
a separate Excel formula where I used to cost my product. So I just leave the cost from there to the cost of my
no, you
product.
should include it. You should include it. If you are going by what our specialist has said, our financial expert has said, and also by what Lumi does, you should include it in your costs, in your cost of sales, in your cost of goods, right? In the sense that is either you go through our tracking of raw materials because you're a manufacturer, is either you track your raw materials first, then now give add your miscellaneous and all to it, then give the cost of the final product, right? But since you are not using, I'm not even sure you are tracking the raw materials you are using. Are you tracking the raw
No,
materials? Like, are you using
that's
our
what I'm asking.
composite?
Whether maybe I have limited knowledge of the app. Maybe is there a feature where I can track
Yeah,
raw materials in the app?
yeah, I think so. We have the capability to track raw materials and all that are used in production before the final product is out. We call them base products, right? Before you produce the composite product itself. So there are capabilities to capture all of that, both your raw materials and the final product, and then now um, place a particular selling price on the product after the production of that because all the base product that make up that particular product and miscellaneous has to come with it. Then
Okay.
finally you now create a selling price for it, which will now create your profit margin for that particular final composite product. So we can meet after you can reach out to your account manager. I guess there's an account manager assigned to you. Probably you've been doing it wrongly. So we can help you address all of that and
Thank you very
rectify it.
much.
All right, sir.
Thank you very much. Do you have any more questions? Okay. Any more questions before we
Hello,
call?
good afternoon.
All right, good afternoon.
Okay, I was asking if we could get a link to the Excel sheet that she used to show us the profit and loss accounts for the formulas, and if we'll get access to the slides that she used, or since I kept asking, but no one was answering me the messages.
Okay. I make arrangements for us to get the slides and share with you. But the replay of this session.
Can I ask a question? Can I talk?
Yeah.
Okay. My area of concern is about reconciliation. I've been trying too hard to do it myself, and it's not been working for me. I really need more directive, or if an account officer can be assigned to me. I have great issue. I meeting the
Hello, please come again. We lost you for some.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. What I'm saying is my area of concern is about the reconciliation. I have been having difficult time doing it correctly, and then it just makes it look like the app is not as efficient as I want it to be. So, is there a way I can get an account officer assigned to help me do it, or how do you advise I do it and get?
Yeah, thank you very much for your question, man. As of today now, we've started running a service now, or some services that helps businesses reconcile their product on monthly basis or biannual or quarterly depending on the strategy you choose to apply to your business, right? We now render such services for stock taking, reconciliation, and all. Um, yeah, we've not made it public, but we've started running for some of our businesses that we have subscribed to us today. Quite a number of them now are subscribed to our reconciliation on monthly basis. So, depending on your strategy for reconciliation, if you are finding it difficult to reconcile your products on monthly basis or quarterly or biannual, or depending on what you intend to achieve, right? If you want us to come on monthly basis, whereby we are going to try to reconcile your um, purchased items, we'll reconcile what your staffs have inputted as purchased items, we'll reconcile them with the receipt of purchases. We are going to reconcile the actual products in store versus what is on the system, and then find out if there are missing items, and also advise your business on the next level, and also give insights to your profit and loss. So we've been doing this for a couple of months now. So if you want to subscribe to that, just reach out to your accounts manager. What's your business name, ma?
Tolak Pharmacy.
Okay, Tonak.
Tolak.
I guess that's Kelechi. So just reach out to Kelechi, right? Once you reach out to Kelechi, we'll be able to work around it and assign somebody specifically to help you out with your reconciliation on monthly basis. But to come at a token, actually, but I guess it's worth it. So just be rest assured you are covered. We try to take concerns of our businesses um, highly, and we try to help them solve any concerns they have. So that was why we created this initiative to help them solve this. So we have some specialists now that are specialized in reconciliation that can help you do your reconciliation on monthly basis. No matter the number of products you have, we can dedicate
Okay,
1 or 2 days
okay.
to help you reconcile your products. Yes, ma'am. I guess that answers your question.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome, ma'am.
All right, thank you so much. I see Ijoma hand raised. Ijoma, do you have a question?
Yes, I just spoke. I
All right.
just spoke.
I see Jake's hand raised. Is that a mistake, or I don't know if you have a question before we call it a night or call it a day actually? All right. Okay, then. All right, what do we say to Coach Ukamaka? Can we tell her thank you? Thank you in the chat. I mean, that was a super session. It was so enlightening, and we're so grateful to have you, to have had you here with us, ma. Thank you so very much. I'm sure that now we understand how to separate our costs from our expense and then how to track our profit. Thank you so much, ma. Thank you. So please be rest assured that we are going to have this replay uploaded on our YouTube channel. So you are able to see it on our YouTube channel, before the end of today. It will be live on our YouTube channel. And you're also going to get an email and a notification when it's already up, right? So let's do that. And also, let's be sure that we are doing well in our businesses. We wish you all the very best. If you check the WhatsApp, if you check the chat box, you will see that I dropped the link for you to join our Lumi SME community. This is where we're going to be having some, specialized industry conversations that has to do with your different kinds of businesses, helping you navigate and grow, in your different areas of sectors of specialization. So please do feel free to join that WhatsApp group, and then you're going to get updates from time to time. Till we come your way again next time, same station, same channel. I wish you all the very best in your business and in all your endeavors. Have an amazing, amazing day. Thank you.
Thank you very much. God bless.
Thank